Good morning, everybody. It's Tamara Bennett from Southern Ornaments Decor. This is Friday Fab 5. I do this every Friday to share 5 of my favorite things with you all. And unintentionally, today's is a lot of like things for the kitchen. Like I've got 2 kitchen gadgets for you, and I've got 2 really great recipes. One I've shared with you before, but it's been a while. And so I wanted to share it again because I made it again last night and it was on my mind. And then the last thing is talking about the red aspen nails, which a lot of you guys may have seen at this point. I did a Facebook Live earlier this week putting these on. So far, no pop-offs. What day did I put these on? Was that Sunday that I did the live, I believe? So here we are 5 days later, no pop-offs. They look great. So hopefully if you guys try them, you'll have success as well. And I can share lots of tips and things with you about that, but we'll get into all that in just a moment. I want to say hi to everybody. Hey, Laura, good morning. Hey, Linda and Elizabeth. Good morning, Judy and Hannah. Hey, Nicole. Tammy says, yes, it was Sunday. Hey, Amy. Yeah. Oh, hang on. Thank you for reminding me. Hang on. Don't comment link yet. I got distracted and forgot to hook it up. I feel like I do that every Friday. Okay, it's connected now. You should be able to comment link and it'll send it to you now. Good morning, Jane. Hey, Margarita. And then I've got 5 new designs to share with you all. I'll give you a little quick peek at them now, and we'll talk about them at the end as well. But they're all retro themed. So let me know which one of these is your favorite. They are all 15% off between now and Sunday night at midnight. You can get the template or the wood blank at 15% off. And of course, if you're a Painters Clubhouse member, you can stack your 20% off discount code on top of that as well. Hey, Emmy. Hello, Sheila. If you're watching on YouTube, the links are in the video description. Commenting link won't do anything on YouTube, unfortunately. Tammy likes that cowboy hat. Yeah, it reminds me of Shania Twain, kind of like a Dolly Parton. Like, I don't know. It makes me think of Southern Endurance Live because we're going to be in Dolly's hometown for that. Good morning, Katie from Texas. Wendy loves that peace sign. I was thinking about this the other day, and some of you may be able to relate, and some of you may not. I was born in 1984, and in the middle school, I was in middle school from 1996 to 1998. And during that time, for whatever reason, peace signs, smiley faces, and yin yang signs became popular amongst like kids. I don't know. We were drawing them on everything. We had stickers of them. We had them on our Trapper Keepers and our notebooks and all the things. And I was like, I haven't seen a yin yang in a good minute. I was actually at the massage therapist the other day, and I'm in like the little face in the hole on the table. And I look down, and printed on the bottom of the table is like the brand name of the table. And it had a yin yang sign in it. And I was like, that's weird. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. And then I'm like, I don't know. I go down a rabbit hole mentally sometimes of like, why was that popular when I was in middle school? Why did those become trendy? I don't know. Trends are so interesting to me, how things like come back around, to being popular again. Smiley faces became popular again within the last couple of years. My daughter loves, like, she's got a tank top that I just bought her the other day that's got like 6 or 9 different smiley faces on it that remind me so much of the 90s. So I don't know, stuff like that's weird. It's funny how it comes back around. She loves the good vibes in the cowboy hat. Awesome. I can't wait to see how some of you guys paint this. I know. I probably made some of you guys feel really old just then by telling you I was in middle school in the mid 90s. So sorry about that. I feel old. I'm 40, but I know. Tammy said your flowers on the sign behind you look great. You can no longer say you struggle with flowers. I did struggle through that one though. Hang on. I got a hair that's like, you know how it like feels like it felt like I couldn't feel it, but it was there. Yeah, it turned out pretty good. So this is the one we painted live on Tuesday. If you missed that tutorial, you can go back and find it here on the page or on YouTube. And the flowers on that turned out pretty good after I worked with them, but we struggled in the beginning. Lisa Frank stuff is back. Yeah. And I am so happy about that. I love Lisa Frank. Pam said she graduated high school in 1984. I think my parents graduated in 1979. Your daughter's birthday is today. Well, Darla, tell her I said happy birthday. Okay, let's move on to our Friday Fab 5 items. The first thing I want to share with you guys is, whoops, the Geedle. And I still have the box from mine because I keep everything in the box. It's nice that it kind of all stores in here. This is funny because it became popular on TikTok Shop recently, but my husband bought this for me weeks ago before it became popular on TikTok Shop because I had told him that I had learned some things about shredded cheese and what all's in it. Have y'all heard this? It was on TikTok. This lady was talking about what's in shredded cheese, and it's got something called cellulose in it, which technically is like wood fibers. And I guess that's what they use as a non-clotting agent to keep the cheese from sticking together. And then it also had something in it called natamycin, which is actually a prescription eye drop. And that was in there to keep it as a preservative to keep it from molding. And I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? Wood pulp, yes. You know what? I was like, when I buy shredded cheese, it lasts forever now, forever. And I'm like, why is that? And I don't know. I was like, I'm trying to become, I'm definitely not the best at this. I still wear perfume. I still have some things in my house that are like considered toxic, but I'm trying my best to like get a little toward non-toxic stuff, more healthy stuff. And I started shredding my own cheese. So hang on, let me back y'all up, show you how this little dude works. I didn't even bring any cheese in here, so I can't really demonstrate, but it's got this little knob on it, and it like, you turn it and it suctions it to your tabletop so it can't go anywhere. And then you just click this little thing into it. I have gotten to where I've been getting this out 2 and 3 times a week lately because I want to shred different kinds of cheese or whatever. I even used it to slice up potatoes the other night. So it comes with 3 attachments. This is the one I used to slice potatoes, and it sliced them as thin as potato chips. And then I put them in this is not healthy, my deep fryer. And they were delicious. It's got a fine shredder, but I always use the big shredder because I like my cheese chunky. But you slide this up in here. You snap this little dude on. Got to line it up. And then you put your cheese in here or your potatoes or whatever, and you push it down and turn. And Charlie loves doing this. She's like, can I do it? Can I do it? And so I've been buying blocks of shredded cheese at Kroger or Walmart or wherever, but I think Kroger's where I've been getting them because Kroger puts them on sale about once a month or so. And so I'll go and just stock up. And that cheese does last a long time because it's like in a big block and it's like shrink sealed, and so it lasts a long time in my refrigerator, and I can shred up my cheese. And y'all, the shredded cheese that you make at home yourself, that you shred yourself, tastes so much better. So not only is it better for you, but it tastes so much better. Does anybody else do this? I feel like I'm really late to the fact that you can shred your own cheese and make your own shredded cheese. And I feel like shredded cheese was one of those things that we always need. It's in like every recipe that I make. And I felt like I was always buying bags of it, and then I was having to freeze it. I don't know. So I feel like not only do you get healthier cheese and it tastes better, but you're also getting more bang for your buck from that cheese because the block is cheaper than buying it pre-shredded. Okay, what are y'all saying? Let me see. Shauna says, oh gosh, now I can't look at shredded cheese the same. I know, I couldn't either. It changed me forever. Betty says, I bought one of these and we love it. The pre-shredded does not melt as well as the cheese I shred myself. Yes, and it doesn't taste as good. I shred my own cheese. It's a game changer. It makes it so easy. Yeah. So I'll shred like a quarter of a block at a time or a half of a block, and I'll just put it in a Tupperware container in the refrigerator. And it's great. I tried freeze drying my cheese, and that worked pretty well. It was really like easy to store in mason jars, but I struggle a little bit with the rehydrating of it. So I decided it wasn't worth the trouble to dehydrate it or to freeze dry it. How do you clean it? Angel, you pretty much just snap everything apart. You just snap it back off and then you just rinse it and wash it. It's really easy to clean, I feel like. I just use one of those little scrubber brushes to kind of like get in the nooks and crannies of the shredder part. Like, what are the words? I don't know the words. Linda says, just put it in the dishwasher top drawer. Sheila says, I have an ancient version of that. I'm sure these have been around for years and years. Regina got one off QVC a while back. Yes, the block is way cheaper. New information, Darla says. I'm glad I'm not the only one who did not know this. So I feel like I feel like I have a new lease on life when it comes to cheese. I love cheese, y'all. Love, love, love cheese. Almost have like an unhealthy obsession with cheese. Charlie does too. If I start shredding it, she comes by and she's like, and I'm like, get out of the cheese. You're going to be constipated. But anyway, that thing is awesome to have. I was going to look on the box and see if it recommended because I really haven't had it, but for maybe 2 months. So I haven't tried all the things. You can use the little shredder to do cucumber. Let's see. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's probably Parmesan cheese. Ooh, I haven't even thought about that. I have a huge thing of Parmesan cheese that's almost empty in my fridge from Sam's Club. So it's like the bottle of it is like as big as my tumbler. It's ginormous. But every time I sprinkle it on my spaghetti, I'm like, all right, Parmesan cheese and and wood chips going up because that's all I can think about. So maybe I need to start buying my own Parmesan and making it. Oh, it says you can do ice and make like shaved ice. I really want to try that. Peanuts, chocolate. Why would you do a biscuit? It says you can do a biscuit. Why would you shred a biscuit? Is there something I don't know about that? It says you can also do zucchini, carrot, and potato if you want them to be like, the little shredded bits like that. I don't want to do that, but I do want to use the slicer one that I used on my potatoes on zucchini and carrot to then freeze dry and make like potato chips because, man, it slices them so thin. Good morning, Delane. New information for those in the middle school in the 90s. Right. This is not new information to those who've been around much longer than us, but we're learning things a little late. Brandy says old style was the Tupperware bowl with the shred and slice topper. I haven't been to a Tupperware party in a hot minute. Made for dumplings. That's okay. See, y'all need to come teach me all the things because I love dumplings. But the only way I know how to make dumplings is to buy canned biscuits and cut them up and drop them in the chicken broth. That's probably not the best way. Still tastes pretty good though. Yeah, comment link if you want the links to any of the stuff I'm talking about today. So that was Friday Fab 5 item number 1. Number 2 is something that's a lot more expensive, but I am in love with it. So I'm not gonna bring it in here because it's pretty big. But I'm gonna share my screen and show it to you before I bring this up because this thing's kind of expensive. Think of it like the food processor of, well, okay, hang on, back up. It is a food processor, but like, you know how you have the KitchenAid mixer that was really expensive, and I nerd out when it comes to kitchen gadgets. I got the KitchenAid mixer for, I don't know if it was Christmas. I think it was Christmas, like years ago. I don't know if it was probably 10 years ago. And that thing was so expensive. And I was like, why does anybody need a kitchen mixer this expensive? But once you have one, you know why, because it is like so much better. And I use it almost every single time I cook. And so 10 years later, I'm still using it. I say all that to say that, like, if you buy a really good product, you'll have it for 10 plus years and you'll use it more often because of how great it is. So that's my preface before I show you what this is. My husband actually picked this out. He did some research and bought this for me because I started talking about wanting to shred cheese, and he bought this for me to shred cheese with. But then he also bought me the Geedle thing, and I was like, well, why do I need both? And I was going to return the Geedle, but then I fell in love with it. But then I fell in love with this other thing also. And so I use both. So now I have to have both, and I can't not have both. Here we go. Okay, so this is the thing we're talking about. It is a Braun brand. I didn't even know Braun. I thought Braun just made hair clippers for men that cut hair. But this is a food processor. And let me highlight the part of why he bought this one. Ultra quiet motor. He gets so annoyed when I'm chopping up stuff in the kitchen, food and stuff, when it's really, really loud. And so he bought this one for me because it's ultra quiet. And it really is. And y'all, this thing is like the Rolls Royce of food processors. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it's got so many attachments. It's really powerful motor. It's super quiet. It's lightweight. You can shred cheese. You can knead dough with it. You can puree stuff. You can make, I hadn't even tried that. The French fry attachment. I didn't know I could zoom in. You can puree. I haven't tried that. I have tried shredding cheese. It works pretty good for that. I just feel like it's big and clunky to get out if I just want to shred up some cheese real quick. So a lot of times I'll get out the little Geedle and do it. But here's all the different attachment it comes with: grating, coarse shredding, fine shredding, chopping, and 5-blade with cover, kneading, whipping hook, fine slicing, a citrus juicer. I've not tried that yet. A chopper attachment. Now, this little chopper attachment right down here at the bottom, you can put that inside that big cup thing. So let me go back. If you don't need to do something this big, you can put that little chopper thing in there, and it makes it more like enough to just hold maybe 2 cups instead of like 6 cups or whatever this thing holds. You don't need to see a video. Okay, what questions do you guys have about this thing? Because I am in love with it. At first, I was like, honey, what'd you get this for? This is way over the top. I just wanted to shred some cheese, and I complained about it because I'm a complainer, apparently. I complain about things he buys me, and then I realize I love them. And he was right. No, I hope he's not watching this one. But yeah, I've only ever had, I've had a food chopper before, but I've never had a food processor before. And this thing is amazing. So put it on your wish list, ask for it for Christmas or whatever, if you like to cook and need it for all the things. Oh, another thing I used this for recently was when my mother and I were making strawberry jam. We did, how many? 6 gallons of strawberries in one day. And this food processor was the main reason why we got them all done, because we cut the tops off the strawberries, rinsed them off, and then pretty much fed them through this food processor, and it cut them up. It didn't puree them. We used the slicing attachment, and it cut them up into like, smaller bits, so that, because I like my freezer jam to have little strawberry bits in it. I didn't want it to be like pureed. But anyway, it's fantastic. Kaylee says she's had her KitchenAid for 20 years. Wow. I haven't even had mine that long. It's maybe 10 or 12 years, but it's great. Yeah, this thing's awesome. Okay, let's move on. Homemade. Oh yeah, I did it for this too, Belinda. On Memorial Day, I put cabbage in it and made homemade coleslaw. It worked great for that too. Yeah, I'm still learning and finding things that I can use it for all the time. I used the Geedle on the potatoes last week, and I did them in the deep fryer because I wanted to try them, because we like sliced up potatoes with like Greek seasoning on them, fried. But then last night, my husband was like, do those potatoes again. Those were really good. I was like, I'm going to try them in the food processor this time instead of the Geedle, because the Geedle did shred the potatoes just a little, because I buy the great big russet potatoes, but the food processor, I mean, it was like the cleanest slices. They were like the perfect little potato chips. And they were awesome. Salsa. Ooh, I've never made my own salsa. I need a good salsa recipe. Okay, give me more ideas, by the way. Next item on the Fab 5 list is a recipe for something that I made for dinner. Let me grab the link, because I'm just going to make y'all watch the video. I'm just going to make you watch the video, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, where's the... Oh, here comes Corey. He's pulling up the driveway. All right.
Easy dinner tonight. I'm just going to start with 2 bags of this cheddar broccoli rice. You can definitely cut this in half. I just have a big family to feed. Then add in 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 1 cup of chicken broth, a bag of frozen broccoli. Give that a good mix. Add in some seasoned chicken. I just cut mine up and season with salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and Italian seasoning. Then add on
shreds her
some
own
shredded
cheese.
cheese, cover it, and stick it in a 400-degree oven for 45 minutes. Take the lid off and broil the top until it is nice and golden brown. And that's it. Super easy and so delicious.
Okay. Did everybody get to watch that? Did you see it? Did you hear it? Really simple broccoli and rice and cheese recipe. I did modify my recipe a bit, and I added a packet of that frozen riced cauliflower. So I went ahead and like cooked it in the microwave and just dumped it in with the rice and stuff and stirred it all around. And so that was a way that I snuck in more veggies and my kids couldn't taste it. But yeah, I made that and it fed the whole family and then fed me for like 3 more days. I had enough left over. I told them I saw you pulling up the driveway. Corey's coming to crash Fab 5.
What are you talking about? I heard food.
Yeah, look at this broccoli and cheese recipe. I made that this past week and it was really good.
You sure Michael don't want that for his birthday tomorrow night?
What? The broccoli
Yeah.
thing? Oh, I don't know. He probably won't since I made it this past week and he's done had it.
Always cooking stuff when I'm not here.
Sorry. You work during the week.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, will you grab those cookies that are on the kitchen counter? That's my next Friday Fab 5 item. I want to show them. Everybody's saying hi, Uncle Corey. Paula says, thank you for sharing. I've made that pork chop recipe 3 times already. It's so delicious. The pork chop recipe is one of our favorites as well.
One
And
for my mama.
no, not that. Oh, I
Oh.
need to share that one on a Friday Fab 5.
Yeah.
His mom had a pork chop recipe that was like a wild rice and pork chop recipe with like mushroom soup and stuff. It's really good too, but that's a completely separate recipe. So this cookie recipe, what'd you just shake your head for? Is it too sweet for you?
I believe so.
It does smell sugary. This cookie recipe I have shared before on here. It is chewy oatmeal coconut. Look how good that webcam is like focusing on that. Chewy coconut oatmeal cookies. And I'd use a small ice cream scoop. That way it makes small cookies and I feel like they go further. The bigger cookies get eaten up so quickly. I made these last night. My husband's birthday was yesterday. I'm making another dessert on Saturday. I'm doing the strawberry pretzel dessert that Michael likes. That was his actual requested birthday dessert.
Steak on the Blackstone.
And we're doing steak on the Blackstone this weekend. Yeah, Mom says that's a yummy family favorite. My grandmother used to make these cookies for me or something very similar to these cookies for me when I was little, and I have always loved them. And so I found this recipe on Pinterest years ago and I tried it and I loved it so much that I put it like in my family cookbook. And I told everybody, this is going to be the cookie that's going to be like what I'm famous for when I'm a grandma and I have grandkids someday. It's just going to be what I'm known for is those cookies and the ding dong cake probably. Elizabeth says you definitely need to share your mom's recipe on a Fab 5 sometime. Oh, y'all look at this. You say you're not a cat person.
I don't like cats.
Yeah, you don't. I bet you don't. Simba's looking for some loving.
All right. Well, I'm just here to get the belt.
Cindy said, okay, see you later.
Later.
She said, I love those cookies. I've made them since the first time you gave out this recipe. Cindy, weren't you the one that made them for me when I came to New Orleans that time and you brought me a bag of them? You did a great job on them if that was you. I was thinking it was you. Diane says, I hate coconut. Okay, you could leave the coconut out of this and just sub in a little bit more oats or put chocolate chips or something like that in. I think it might need something, though, for like texture. So you might have to add a little bit more oats in and leave the coconut out if you want. I knew that was you. That was years ago. And I still think about that. I'm like, that is so sweet of her. That is such a grandma thing to do, is to make cookies for me when I come to visit. And I was in New Orleans and she came to meet me in New Orleans and brought me a bag of those cookies. Lori says, oh, what's the ding dong cake? I've talked about that on a Friday Fab 5 in the past. Let me grab the link for it real quick to it and I'll drop it in the comments for you and you can check it out. The ding dong cake is something I've been sharing on Friday Fab 5s probably twice a year for years now because it's such a popular one. And I'm definitely known for the ding dong cake. So you can find it right here. Diane says, now chocolate chips, you're talking. Yeah, you could put chocolate chips in them. Oh, thank you for the salsa recipe, Melinda. Okay, so now that we're all hungry, let's talk real quick about the red aspen nails. These are, if you haven't heard about them, are press-on nails, and they are not your mama's press-on nails that from the 80s or whatever. These to me are like new technology compared to the way press-on nails always used to be. The way they're curved, the way they're made, they don't snag in your hair. They don't pop off easily. The glue that they have with these is excellent. So I normally get 10, maybe even 14 days of wear out of these. Sometimes around day 10, I might have one pop off from my index finger because I'm always using that finger the most. But I'll just get my glue out, glue it right back on, and I'm good to go for a few more days. And then I'll take them off, give my nails about a 24 to 48 hour break before putting more on. but these are about $15 to $18 per set. Are you being distracting with your cuteness and then the kitty's cuteness? But I've been wearing them. I've been wearing them for 2 years now. I quit the salon 2 years ago because it was taking me forever. I was having to make an appointment every 2 to 3 weeks, and then I would sit in the salon for at least an hour and a half because
Good morning.
good morning. Because a lot of times the people at the salon were working on multiple people at one time, and it took forever for my turn. Or he would get part of mine done, and then he'd move on to the next person, then he'd come back to me, and all of that just took forever. Plus, sometimes I would request, like, can you do leopard print on a nail? And there we go. I was trying to get it to focus.
Hi.
And sometimes the leopard print would look good and sometimes it wouldn't. And it would be frustrating that I paid like nearly $50 to have my nails done, and I'm still not even satisfied with them. The cat's climbing up here now. It's a circus in here now.
Come here.
And so I ended up trying these nails because somebody recommended them. I think it was Stacy Collins from Wilshire Collections, actually. I was on a trip with her. I was like, girl, your nails look so good. And she's like, they're press-ons. And I'm like, oh, press-ons? What are you talking about? They look like salon nails. And she's like, yeah, girl, they're press-ons. And I'm like, let me see those. And I'm like, holding them up close, and I'm looking, and I'm like, you can't even tell.
Good morning.
Do you need some attention?
They're saying hi and good morning. I don't want to just ignore them.
They're all saying good morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
I have a video to show you, by the way, of a girl on TikTok loving on a cat, and she's going on the cat, and I'm like, that's so Charlie. I called her Elmira one time,
Hey!
and I showed her a video on YouTube of Elmira loving on Bugs Bunny or something, and she's like, that's not me. I'm like, that is so you.
It's not me.
You look so tan today. Been out in the pool a lot, haven't you?
Yeah.
Diane says your kitty is so precious.
Oh, thank you.
Anyway, if you guys want more information about Red Aspen nails, comment nails or comment link or both. If you comment nails, it's going to send you a message with like my most frequently asked questions, like how long does the wear last? Can you reuse them?
Thanks.
That kind of stuff. And if you comment link, it's going to send you all the links from Friday Fab 5 today to your messenger.
She said link.
I know. Ella wants to know if you're ready for Sunday. I bet you've forgotten. On Sunday, you're going to be doing the Clubhouse Zoom with everybody and teaching them how to paint the axolotl.
Oh, no.
Are you excited?
Yes.
um,
I sound so nervous.
you're nervous.
I want
You'll
you to
do
help
great.
me.
You'll do
I want
great.
you to help me, though.
I'm sure I will. Why are you doing my hair like that? Anyway, Red Aspen has some new patriotic nails that just came out. So if you want some patriotic ones, you can get those, or you can just go with some classic colors. But they're around $15 to $18, depending on if you get some with like glitter or a pattern and stuff like that. They come in different lengths, short, medium, long, and then they have some that are like almond tip, coffin tip. I just usually go with the short square tip or squoval. They have some that are acrylic, and they're actually made of acrylic. I really love those. They're a little more expensive, but they are exactly like the ones you get done at the nail salon. They look and feel just like them, which to me, these look and feel just like them, but those do even more so. You're being such a distraction. Oh my, y'all. All right. Well, I don't know what else to say, and I really can't concentrate at this point, so I might as well wrap it up.
No.
I know, because you're distracting me, and I was supposed to talk to them about Red Aspen nails, and now I can't remember anything. You don't have to leave. We have some new designs in the shop today. If you haven't seen them, these are what they are. They're all kind of like a retro throwback sort of look.
Ooh.
We've got sunglasses that say "Stay Happy." We've got a round one that says "Let's Go Girls" with a cowgirl hat.
That's my favorite.
The one that says "Good Vibes Only."
Yes.
We've got a peace sign with flowers, and then we've got roller skates that say "Just roll with it."
That's what I like.
Yeah.
Just
Again, those are on sale from now till Sunday night, so grab them if you can. Barbara says, I finally joined the template club. I'm so excited.
Yay.
Awesome. Well, you probably already got these designs then.
Yay.
All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next time. If you want to get notified when I go live on Tuesday, comment alert. If you're not already getting our alerts, that will get you signed up for them?
Sharon Showman said hat and roller skates are her favorite.
Oh. Melissa is commenting alert because she wants to get notified when we're live next time.
Alert, alert, alert.
All right, y'all. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
She said you're a great assistant.
Oh.